unless this is offered sometime later as a behind the scenes. But this all came to me on January 16th. And it's not January 17th. A message downloaded from Source to me. I've been asking a question to the cosmos, to the universe, to God, to Source, and I've known this answer from Source, what Source wants of me, for a long time. Perhaps I've known it my entire life, recognizing that I've got this higher calling on my life, and it brought me into areas of my life, born out of a health issue, into research for a period of time. And not to say that I'll ever go back, but things are currently complicated with that for reasons I won't get into right now. And to where I'm at currently, I just understand that I've always been a leader from a young age, and I know that I've been born with a blessed perspective, sometimes simultaneously cursed perspective on things. And a lot of this is just born of the fact that I'm one of those individuals that was, awake from a young age, just born out of the fact that I was born premature. I almost didn't live. Like, I remember when I made my first friend, I had to ask my mom what that was. It's like, oh, there's this person. And you're like, oh, that's cute, you have a friend. It's like, what's a friend? And then she had to explain it to me. But I remember, after making my first friend, I recognized that in reality, there was a very good chance that I wasn't even ever supposed to be here. And I wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for God. And that's just the truth. That's just the honest to God truth. And so when I see what's going on in the world today, and I've sat back and I've remained silent for years, over the course of this past decade, as I've seen this world mature into what it's become now, it's almost unrecognizable. That said, that's not like completely uncommon in its own right. It's a coming of age story as we transition in our life. And I'm not sure if it's been this way for a lot of people, but it's been this way for me at least, is, you keep asking yourself, oh, what do I want to be when I grow up, right? And decades go by, and then all of a sudden you realize, you're approaching midlife, and you understand that I'm still asking myself that question to this day, right? And I used to also have this feeling, that this sensation, this belief, I guess, more rather, that adults have this. I thought once you went from childhood, out of high school into the real world, that the drama went completely away, and to a large degree it does. But I've argued that adulthood is the illusion of sophistication. And I, exposed on that thought, as kind of my discourse, but I didn't realize actually how true that really is. It's actually very true, because then invariably you run across people that are feigning adulthood, and there are those that actually embody adulthood. And like, listen, I'm not a perfect person, okay? None of us are. But at least I'm honest and I'm transparent. And I've had a lot of things that have happened throughout my life that have brought me here right now to this moment that I'm in right now. Recording this video. Posting my first long-form YouTube video on the topic of my beliefs, which have become expanded through time to include things that are, I don't like to use the word religion because of the way that it's used to wage war on people. And I like to use spirituality, and I think a lot of people, like to subscribe to that. And it's not to take away from the power of God, Jesus, Source. I don't think it, I do think it matters. But if you look just from a standpoint of comparative religions throughout time, there's there are things that are in common, and it was something that my professor, my teacher that taught the course, mentioned. It's really interesting. He started out as a devout atheist, right? And then he was in a diner, out in middle America, and had this tornado rip through town and blew through this entire town, and he saw a woman die right in front of him in his arms, and it really made him question, why he wasn't one of those people that died from that. And born of that, that's what sent him on his spiritual journey. And when he described every major religion, organized religion in this world, what he recognized is they all share something in common. You've got your figurehead, the person that represents it, right? So Jesus with Christianity, like Buddha, I believe with Buddhism. It's been a while since I've looked at it. Hinduism, same thing. And you also have what the teacher is trying to embody about us. But I think what it really hits at its core, if you want my honest opinion, it hits at the core that to hurt others is to hurt ourselves, right? To degrade another is to degrade ourselves. So, like, in other words, you want to lead with love, because if you weaponize, that's the whole reason why, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Or if you look at law of attraction or law of manifestation, or if you look at people that believe in, witchcraft and whatnot, and they, believe in, whatever I dish out on someone else is going to come back like tenfold, right? Excuse me. This is where it originates, I think, So that they all describe the same thing in different terms. And that's kind of what the nature of this channel is to discuss is, I'm philosophical, deep, existential concept person that if I can run into someone in public, someone maybe I don't even know so well, I'll know which conversations are compatible, which people I can talk to, and which people, absolutely think I'm like batshit crazy, even though I'm, I believe I'm pretty humble, down to earth, patient, kind, generous with people. Perhaps more generous than I should be, because at the end of the day, I think sometimes for us empaths, us givers, us, light workers that have been, called down into this realm, there's even beliefs that maybe we've chosen to incarnate here for a specific purpose. This is like the proving grounds, the training grounds to basically up there we don't learn anything, but down here we do, right? And that, you just look at the core tenet of Christianity or whatever, that says God within us, right? Why is God within us? Well, maybe we all carry a part of source within us. That's part of co-creation, right? So you can see how I'm already getting very existential, but connecting the dots and connecting the concepts. But there are also going to be times where I'm going to be taking those concepts of talking about spirituality, about connection with God, connection with source, and like, say, for instance, attaching it with law of manifestation, and discussing how, if we truly believe it will be so, it is already so, and it will happen. And if you just look at that from the standpoint of, hold on. If you just look at that from the standpoint by itself of knowing that when we set our mind to something, it will happen, just the power of the way we think, that in itself, outside of law of manifestation, law of attraction, is what welcomes that, irrespective of the specific mechanism at play. So I think it hits at a fundamental truth, regardless of your spiritual beliefs, that something's there. And so I'm trying to elucidate on fundamental truth that exists. And I'll be offering it, in certain doses and certain methods and certain paths, while attempting to connect the concepts to try to prove to you that it is the truth. And maybe sometimes I'll be hitting on things that are very obvious for people. Well, like, duh, right? But also connecting the dots in a way that will make you really think and say, there's something there, right? To understand our existence, why we're here, why is life so hard, why are we seeing the world, broken. And when you're an empath, when you're a chosen one, when you've endured a lot of hardship through your life, right, through your life path, and you see the pain and suffering, the indignation that's taken you to evolve you into the amazing person that you are. And then another thing comes by and hits you. I know that's life. That's just part of life, and to a degree. But some people get hit with way more than others, right? I'm extremely grateful for each and everything God gives me. But sometimes you can grow tired and worn out, and especially if you're keeping your voice silent. And like I said, now that I'm seeing an outward manifestation, I'm not saying I caused it, but we've collectively caused it as a species to this planet. It's the only mothership that we have. We have all of these, unfortunately, billionaire people that have plans for this planet that show no mind about showing respect towards the planet, in the same way that perhaps for some choose to treat the land that we till with the same level of respect as they would treat a woman, either for good or for bad, right? Left to their own devices of the patriarchal society, etc. Anyways, I'm getting tangential. I just wanted to offer you a little bit of an introduction before I get started. This is completely unscripted. I don't think that I'll be reshooting this, so this is kind of raw, but in the future, just understand it's going to be a little bit more polished, how this comes across. And, I'll probably be doing more than one take. Sorry, the phone's going off, reminding me it's getting close to bedtime. All right, so here we go. This is the channel message that I have for you. All right, let me get a little closer. Hidden flow, that undercurrent that resides and dwells deep inside of each and every one of us, born of hardship, the same hardship that the etheric water senses fomenting into the physical zeitgeist of this current world where we find ourselves now. We'll say we're not a fighter, but that's not true. What if all of our hardships, chosen ones, have prepared us for this exact moment? To take up the staff, to draw out the courage, and let those wings extend for a moment. I don't think we give credit to ourselves, is what I'm basically trying to say. Let's face it, we live in a deeply broken world. Our spirit senses the rising tides. There were moments that we were certain that we would drown. A question if we had drowned. Yet here we are. Perhaps God has looked after his chosen for this exact broken moment. This silent, faulty feeling. We may feel confused that we lack the wisdom, yet we wisely know through our own volition and God's alone has brought us to this moment. For this reason, God is not asking for our understanding right now, but he's asking for our trust and our faith. I know it's been tested. To embody it, to offer it a visage, offer it a voice, to manifest it in this reality like I'm doing to you in this current moment, and approaching it with some vulnerability. Demonstrate it equally through strength and wisdom and meter as it delves into vulnerability and faith. Perhaps this energy is so great that it might eat us and this earth alive if we engage with it. It's my firm belief this is the highest of frequencies, cascading with the emotions of darkness and traumas, experiences and wisdom, so it may swell to the surface. Talking about the undercurrent inside us that we hold, that discomfort, wanting to speak up, etc. I'll get into that in a minute. It doesn't feel great and it doesn't feel normal because it's a new sensation. We've never experienced our own, we never expected that our own inner hell would have an outward manifestation that's not our own. Yet here it is, silently quelling inside of each of us. And our outbursting with our voices for the injustices, the indignities. We may be born confused of the experiences of this inner storm and how to capture and convey it. I think Micah 6:8 both delivers us from this moment of confusion and elevates us, chosen ones. God's core requirement, the thing we were called here into being, is to be authentic, loving, act with justice, and walk humbly beside the Creator, co-creating with Him. As His Spirit, the source collective spirit, resides within inside of each of us. So with that, I leave you with this. Justice, after all, it's just us. To act morally right, advocate fairness, protect the vulnerable, correct the societal wrongs, not just personally, but systematically. Love mercy, loving kindness. Exercise deep compassion, faithfulness. A generous love, especially those in need, beyond mere duty and genuine care. Walk humbly with your God. This represents a life lived in dependence of God, our greatness and our absolute reliance on Him, but also our resilience. While we give ourselves credit for being strong, can we even explain otherwise how we didn't drown in the darkness? What saved us, right? Was it our strength or was it something outside of us? Rather than acting with pride or self-sufficiency, serve others as part of that walk so they too may understand. All so we may elevate, elucidate, and lean into this transformation. This discomfort is the point. It's almost indescribable. It is what both dwells, swells, causes discomfort until we use our voice to release the message out into the vastness of the ether. In the hopes that we can transform this world for the better. Let it cleanse the hearts and minds of many so that we may wake up and too may rise to this precipitous of occasions. We are on the precipice of something new. It's time to let our spiritual body take control to answer the question and resolve our body's hurt for attempting to restrict it. Again, this undercurrent. People are humans. We're not machines of mere matter intended to suppress half or all of our being for the comfort of the few. So I leave you with this. You should know by now, if you're still here, God has not forsaken you, nor has He forsaken those that lead with love that we saw evaporate before us, those that left before us. The truth is, we're not separate beings, but one eternal being, both the light and the dark, battling it out for dominance and control. While darkness may win the battle, light always wins the war. Darkness relies on lies, deceit, dehumanization. Light leads with love and humanization. We know this, but we are often distracted with consuming so that we too become consumed by it. I'm talking about social media, about distractions, about not understanding the answer lying right inside of us. It's what our gut's calling us to do, but we refuse to do it, right? This is something that darkness does not want us to know. Thus, brothers and sisters, for those aligned enough to hear my call, have your spirit touched and made aware to live by this truth. Come back to this video as many times as you need this realization. And of course, if you like the video, please share and subscribe. It'll encourage me with my evolution into this next phase. Do not worry, you're not running behind, okay? You're just on time. We must awaken to this trust and faith, and moreover, accept the realization that we live in a new earth and a new reality. Excuse me. While we've seen only the early phases of the darkness, soon we'll see light ascend to this challenge. It too will rise. So undeniable, to offer hope and guidance and leadership to others. We live in a perpetually cyclic loop of hell if we're unwilling to break the pattern, to break the cycle. And this is partially born of the distractions, right? Where we find ourselves lost and even more hopeless as we consume, looking for an outward answer, or an answer for us chosen ones and chosen people that have endured through hell know all so well. We become confused, right, by it. I encourage you to align and consume less of the short form media. Ground yourself in truth, ground yourself in a truth message and a belief for long enough that it will permeate your resistant exterior. Most importantly, loved ones and chosen ones, recognize that this is not your fault. It's not your fault that you empathize or that you recognize this pain with such familiarity. What's so absolutely bizarre about this, though, is we've never seen it on this level before manifest itself into the real world. In other words, we never want to unleash this darkness on other people. And we certainly haven't. But that said, other people certainly have. Masks ripped off. It too was dwelling in the dark undercurrent. But instead of seeking love, it wants to rob us of all the joys through the deceit and lies that we are powerless and unable to do anything about it. Light too must assemble and rise in this moment. It's okay to say that we're not powerful enough to handle it alone. That was never the intent. God will carry us and will carry one another. It only feels foreign because it's something new. Like all things new, it takes our minds, bodies, and spirits time to get adjusted to this new normal. Don't fret. There's still blessed days ahead. However, it's impossible if we remain paralyzed and silent. I just wanted to say, and paraphrase, to also express vulnerability, because human connection is the part that's missing in this digitally connected age right now, where we're all isolated, just looking, watching, waiting, right, for that answer. Now is the time to act. Now is the time to network. Now is the time we use our voice for good, for much needed justice in this unjust world. Chosen ones, be courageous, for you are strong. Don't forget that. Let that power swell up. Put pen to paper, just as I have. This was yesterday morning at 3 a.m. in the morning. on January 16th. Be not afraid. Sit back in awe at what springs forth, and you learn to channel this message, your own crafted message, the one that teaches wisdom and discernment from your struggles and battles, but wears it with pride and with heart. It's okay to be honest with the emotions, but learn what arises and bursts from within it. The death process is a willingness to say goodbye with the old and in with the new. Change and intense transformation and the rebirthing process is calling us into something new. The sooner we realize this and embody it, the sooner we can free ourselves from the cycle and recognize I chose birth, transformation and rebirthing process because pregnancy, isn't a positive feedback loop until it finishes. It's more and more pain. It's more and more pain, right? Until you break the cycle, until it either thrusts itself from that cycle, into completion, or you're going to just repeat the loop each and every day. Be called by your spirit and soul into the purpose that you are crafted for you since day one. This is what Source is asking in this moment. I'm just going to add, this is what God is commanding of you. He is conspiring your new path in this way with miracles and long sought after purpose for being misjudged as chosen ones, high HSPs, highly sensitive people, and empaths living in the 3D world, while our spiritual being simultaneously operates and navigates within dealing with hidden battles lurking just beneath the surface. Again, the undercurrent. I'll have something I want to say at the end about this. 444. Lead with love, purpose, and light. We are master alchemists and transmuters of the darkness into light. Time is now. Our time is now. Your time is now. We are grounded and home in this moment, loving and authentic and real in this world full of people hell-bent on mind games. Chef's kiss. But yeah, actually, that was free association channel. I did make some annotations. Hopefully it was clear on what each message was, from what was downloaded from Source versus what I was making the annotation to try to make that obvious. Hopefully it was. If not, I've got the original script here. So I said I was just going to expand upon that. As chosen ones, I'll tell you what happens is we've experienced a lot of hardship and loss. That could be in the form of health issues that have affected us. It could be in the form of losing loved ones. It can be in the form of being misjudged and not fitting in, right? Finding that you only resonate with certain people and wanting to know what's wrong with you, right? And what's interesting about us is we're so kind, and there's not a reason why people would ever decide to come up against us, I don't think. But I think in lies the answer. It's because we're never competing. We're never competing. We're showing up and being ourselves. And for those that are feeling discomfort from that, they see it as competition, because when they, for say like a narcissist or a covert narcissist, they may then decide to go ahead and engage in projection and put all their insecurities onto you to get you to question things or put you in a predicament that's unfair and entirely unwarranted and not at all in proportion to anything that's happened in reality. Like, we recognize we're not perfect, but we're going to be honest and transparent about the truth. But we are, pardon me for saying this, but damned upset when people make crap up. And the other part too, as human beings, we're not responsible for how people develop their own, vision of us. We're responsible for our own behavior and how we choose to react to adversity and what's placed before us. And so it's living with that wisdom. It's understanding all this pain does have a purpose. Maybe it was meant for this moment. And listen, this has been something for the past couple of weeks, aside from dealing with some things going on for the past couple of months. I won't get into it here. Maybe at some point I can share. If not, just know things have not been great. And it's reached a point where I've reached kind of a dead end in a particular part of my life. And so I'm basically, excuse me, might have to mute that when I do in this post-production, but I'm asking myself, am I really starting over? Perhaps yes, but perhaps not, And what was the purpose of all this waiting and all this pain? And now I'm left waiting and wondering again. But the deal is, as much as we sit there and, we want to take credit for our strength, because it is amazing. It really is, to endure through that. We're not talking about days. We're not talking about months, but sometimes we're talking years. I know for me at least I'll just say this, for the past 20 years, roughly half of my life, it's not that everything's been bad. There have been, good seasons mixed in, sprinkled, peppered throughout. But the reality is, it's been one thing after another. If it's not something that's been going on with me, or like I said, loss of a loved one, loss of a job, something that's just been, existential, that you're just like, okay. It's now something with the outward world, it's trying to rob our peace, our security, and all that. And as soon as we give it power over us, it has power over us. It drains our energy, and we must protect our energy, chosen ones, chosen people. And I know we don't feel like we have the energy or the wherewithal or the command for it, but realize inside that a gut instinct knows. We talk ourselves out of doing the thing that we know we want to do. We want to stop clicking, and we want to start creating. Stop consuming, but actually create. I argue the purpose of why we're here is to experience. And that's not based on a human construct that was designed based on a number to measure our value. We all have inherent value, at least for those of us that lead with love and light, right? For the people that get consumed for the darkness, you can either choose to pity them and try to help them. But if they're lost and they, choose to form weapon against you, there's only so much you can do to help a person like that. And it's just a sad reality. As the phrase goes, you can only take a horse. You can't force. You can only take a horse to water. You can't force it to drink. So just recognize, when I say use your voice. For me, I've remained silent. I haven't shared my story with the world. I felt a little adverse to share my story with the world. What makes me so important? But then the reality is, I understand that I get this, and I've done a lot of work. And believe it or not, that inner turmoil where you lean into the pain and you feel it, and for psychosomatic reasons, it's actually a really good thing. It allows you, I'll have an opportunity to have it resolve. This is a concept of somatic psychology, a basis of somatic psychology. And excuse me. And just recognize that, again, maybe you were made for this moment. God crafted you perfectly the way that he wanted you. And if you're finding that you're not jiving with what you're doing in life, if the job is not giving you purpose, or if God sent you down a different direction in life and you question it, you're right to question those kinds of things. But at the same time, God has not asked for your understanding. He's asked for your trust, your faith, and your belief to pursue the thing that you say is impossible. Because my friends, nothing is impossible. And certainly for me, reason why I know God exists in my life is it's kind of convenient. Every time I was down to my last $5, or I was like, oh my gosh, I need to find another job, or stricken with a health issue where I was only given 15% chance of survival. Prior to that, another health issue when I was born, only 20% chance of survival. In just a couple of years, another major health issue where there wasn't a survival rate, but it didn't look particularly good. God carried me through it. I'm so convinced about that. Things worked out too perfect with the timing of everything to explain it otherwise. So just realize, God, the Father, Source, Cosmos, whatever label you want to give it, is here with us on this journey. And where he resides is in the moment, is in the silence. And so I encourage you to take time to let that ruminate. So take time to be alone and time to rest. It's okay. We are not meant to be machines. Now, with everything I've told you, because I've told you a lot, I want to explore these concepts with you. Try to apply it to the real world and go on this discovery process. And like I said, don't worry. We're not too far along in this process. For those of you that have been stuck in a cycle and you're seeking to break it, well, I'm your ally on that path with you. And if you're looking for content such as I was, and they're just not there yet to use your voice, let me help inspire you to do it. Okay? And we can do this together. I trust very well we can do this together. So thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for this moment, for this blessing, for these blessed people in front of me that have wonderful inherent value, that are such truly amazing human beings, that have aligned to find this message. And again, please like and subscribe so we can do the algorithm thing so these videos can find the right people. I plan on putting out a lot of more of long form content, but I've been putting up quite a bit of short form content, so you're welcome to browse either. But I would encourage you to get off the short form content, spend more time on long form content. It's going to help your amygdala unrig itself from the fight or flight perpetual cycle it finds itself in. And don't operate from a mindset of scarcity. Try to imagine your most abundant future ahead. Trust and believe it's already there. It's already yours. It already happened. Because God has already went ahead to prepare that path. But he's waiting for you to make the action, just as he was for me. Peace and love to you guys. Until next time. See ya.